Hello everybody, how you doing and welcome. My name is Lord PDTV. I'm the Chief Communication Officer here for lordsofgaming.net, and I'm here to talk to you about this closed beta test that we got invited to for Amiino. Now, Amiino is developed by Paw Print Studios and published by King's Glory. This game is set to come out in 2026. Now, this is a multiplayer open world creature catching RPG. Now, you might think of this as, a different type of, creature capturing type game. And I kind of thought the same way. But once I got into the game, I realized that it is a really, really lush environments, beautifully drawn, beautiful environments. The fire environments feel fiery. The water ones feel watery. The trees feel tree-y, I guess you can say. But overall, they are beautiful. Now, if you don't know what Amiino is, you are a new type of student trainer placed in a open world called Idril, and you are set out to go, and you're ending up trying to catch as many of these creatures as possible to learn whatever you can and get stronger to go throughout the world. Now, this game does have something very unique in they have something called twinning or twining, whichever you prefer to pronounce it. It's when you actually combine yourself with the Aminos, and you get to fight with them, and you get to be able to do special abilities with them and stuff like that, which I thought was really cool. The thing that they don't tell you, or I should say they do teach you about, is the abilities of the Aminos actually can be used in the open world. You can end up using them to run around the environment faster. You can use them to climb different things. You can use them to do multiple different things like that. Now, the really cool part I like about it is that you can actually talk to your friends and you can do things in it. As I said before, this is a multiplayer game, which allows you to speak to other people, trade Aminos, talk to them. You can go out and do raids with them. You can end up, fighting large creatures that you have problems with. You can end up doing these like little camping grounds where you can meet other people. You can even do something called road trips, where you can end up taking a group of people to do a mission where you can end up, killing a bunch of mobs on your way. There's lots of little things for people to end up doing, and I thought that was really, really cool. Now, the one thing I will say is that when you start playing it, you're going to initially think of it as similar to a Pal World or a Pokemon. And I want to make sure people are aware that this is not like that, because you do have the ability to get your pets and things like that. But at the same time, I feel like you can do a lot more with them than you can in the other games. So I think that is pretty cool. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk to you about is that this game is free to play. And you might be asking yourself, how can this be free to play? I don't get it. I don't understand it. How is it free to play? Well, very easily. They're ending up funding the game through cosmetic stuff, so it's not going to affect you throughout the game. The other thing I think was cool is that if you end up having their goals that are in game, when you complete them, you get really rare Aminos. That's awesome. That's really cool. That gives people an incentive to continue to do what they're doing. And I really like that. I think that this game has a lot of potential in what it's doing. The controls, very fluid, very understanding. The tutorial's done really, really well. It's really good there. Voice acting on it, throughout the whole entire game, it's pretty good. Right now, like I said, we played in closed beta, and I did have a couple of little issues. Some things with screen glitching and stuff like that. But that's stuff that's going to be hashed out before launch date, so I'm not even really worried about it. The other thing was I had a problem with the controls the first time I played, but I ended up realizing it was my flight sticks, so I ended up having to turn all those off. And then after that, the game worked fine. Which I thought was kind of weird, but you know what? It is what it is. So overall, I think this game really has the potential and the legs to go farther. And, I can't wait to see what they decide to do and how they're going to continue to make this game, one in itself and its own. All the Aminos, I want to make sure that I speak about this. We don't know the set number that there's going to be for, the due date of when it's going to be launched. But I will tell you this. They are beautifully made. They're beautifully individual.